Hello everyone, welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Alejandro. I'm a mechanical engineer and this is the first series of videos about the bikes I have made, modified or made some customization to the owners. A little bit of my background I'm a mechanical engineer as previously said, and I've been working with fiber carbon and composite materials for around 10 to 12 years. During this time, I've been developing two things. First things first, I've been fixing some bikes, broken rims, broken wheels, broken everything at all, frames, etc. So what I do and what I start doing around 5 years ago, I keep fixing, but at the same time I keep modifying and I start to use some specific things people want to their bikes. So this is the first example I had done before, and the first bike I did, it's my own bike, so yes, as a good engineer I start testing my own product before everyone else. So we are here in Mexico, in Monterrey, so that's why a little bit about my Latin accent, please. Sorry about any mistake in my English language. So let's start and build this bike. I will tell you why do I change, why did I change, and what parts specific I changed during the process and why did I do that. This is the first bike I did 5 years ago, and the why it's really important. I used to race draft legal races, triathlons, so my time trial bike was not such important. Then later on I took like 2 years like really easy and tried to do should I continue my racing. So later on I developed myself like, okay, I put my entry into an Ironman Cozumel, and so I didn't want to spend too much money on that bike, on this bike. I have it before, it's an ArgonE112, doesn't look like it, that's why, that's the important part. But it's really nice and neat bike, I think, I love it, and I will explain you each part. And as previously said, I didn't know exactly where to go or where not to go. I didn't want to spend too much money. I wanted to bend the box, I wanted to have a fast bike, a nice looking bike, as everyone, but I was in there between. So I fixed carbon fiber, I've been fixing frames cutting in half or more, literally. So I wanna like, why do I don't purposely break my frame, build it again the way I want it, and that way I can do something really cool, really something I can enjoy and I can perform. Okay, so let me explain to you first the before of the bike, and I will then catch you with this one. I will show you a picture. We're here with the bike, with the frame all ripped off, and as common you before, the first thing I do change is this type of clamp. I made up a ridge type clamp. It's amazing, for me it was the best one. I was between this and the BMC type, but the BMC have some pre-set holes there to put on along the seat post. This one can be dialed in perfectly in which each millimeter, so that's why I choose this one. It's not quite easy to install, but it's quite nice and has the same with the angle. It can be choose correctly, so even if I have missed some detail with the angle, it can be fixed. The only important part was exactly to be straight, obviously, and it was made completely fiber carbon. I love it. The shape, I was going to change it here for some NACA profile. I didn't do it at the end because it was too much. I have to change this internally. It was going to be so much time and money investment, so it was just better to spend with this design, have this nice change here for the Richie. Again, as I told you, I tried to do this with a nice straight line, so it can look nice and neat. And I took all this part about the seat clamp. What I did to fix the seat and have this measurement done, I put some Pinarello type. I put a fiber carbon plate with these two oppressor, so I can put some pressure on it. If you can see it here, actually it has the, you can see the tube a little bit more wider because of that system, so it can be reinforced outside and it can be nicely done. This is about to have all the airflow completely. This all can be right here hidden from the wind, and that's ultra cool. You can see it from this side and it looks totally nice and neat. You can do these screws a little bit longer and put some screws here and put some bento box here for a tire or something. I was thinking that on the third model, but didn't happen, never. A little lower, I changed, as told you, I used this really great angle here, right here, really stiff. Coming down a little bit, you can see here, I use this, I change the rear brake from here to down there. You can see where I used to install it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use this system or direct mount here later on. I was between those. Obviously all this part of the frame was totally reinforced in the interior with carbon fiber. Actually I use aerospace grade carbon fiber here to have lightweight and have a great system. You can watch it there. So coming back here, what I used to do this aggressive angle here, and this is supposed to be totally aligned. If I change the angle a little bit as the bike as it rode, I changed this angle. I think was from the nice point of view of the some aggressive, make it to look neat and make it look fast and straightforward. As you can see, the painting has some nice shining, some pearl on it. That's super cool. And actually the painting was the last thing we designed. Obviously first we were with the design and everything, but we changed the paint. It took it took like 2 years to define which one we want. So then later on, a little bit down, you can see here it's out of the cable for the rear delivery, and I put everything like this. It's have an internal system all the way up, so that's super cool. No cables, that like it's supposed to be outside here. Then you have a big loop of cable here. I took more than half the loop here, and that makes it looks really nice. Coming back to the paint job, as you can see, it's really neat and nice. What I have in mind on that time was that I didn't want to look like the actual Mexican flag, one green stripe, one white stripe and one red stripe. What I tried to do is to make sure it looks like a Mexican bike, but or from a Mexican guy, but without the making too obvious or having a little bit more artistic side. I want to keep the brand because the frame itself, it's great. It's a great frame, so that's a plus. And as you can see here in the name, it's completely painting. It is not a decal. You can see even the nice flag, all the small details of the of the eagle and everything like that. So that's super cool. You can see it's completely paint and it's nice. Coming a little bit to the front, you can see here it's the bento box. If you know a little bit about it, it's the Scott Plasma bento box. Why did I choose this one? Because of the length and the volume. Has a little bit more of both, and that's super amazing. On the steer tube and everything like that, I never changed anything. I think it was a nice design. I have an air cover that covers this. On the last picture you will see when it was totally assembled. and the paint job is the same. You can see it's quite nice and have the pearl right there on the paint job. That's super cool. And one of the things I was telling you before, I made these aero covers, fibercarbon, totally painted. And during my research on internet, I choose the 3-rig Omega brakes because they're neat, they're mechanically they're nice, and aerodynamically is the same. So I made these fenders, small fenders, to use it as a one piece with the, you can see there completely goes here like this. So it was looking really nice and neat. And even I know aerodynamically doesn't change too much, but make it looks really nice and neat during the whole situation, the whole change from the brake to the fork. Basically those are the changes mechanically or in the system that change. Obviously the frame I changed it a little bit. As you can see here, this type of curve is the type of curve it was set on all the corners of the triangle. Here I put it a little bit more aggressive one so it can be more slick and fast. This is only because I wanted to do it, no reason. And this one the same. I just choose to put a little bit longer here. Obviously it's not ICU legal, but I was doing it for Ironman. I didn't care any UCI rule. So I changed this one. I put a little bit here. This looks a little bit like Scott Plasma in the front, as you can see it, and has some Cerebel P5 parts on the seat post as well. And I truly believe it's a really changing of 2 or 3 bikes that I was really inspired to have. I put this as the brand a little bit, and yeah, it works for me really great for a couple of Ironmans. Here, as you can see, it's a final completely assembled with an Easton handlebar and air bar completely in one piece, and I put SRAM red mechanically. It works really nice. It was a nice bike. I changed it not because I didn't want this one or it was bad. I changed it because as every mechanic and everyone wants to go a little further. So my next project is a diamond bike. Diamond bike, not a Diamondback. It's a diamond bike. So that's really cool. I will show you one by one. And well, hope you like all the changes we do in this frame, all the modifications, the paint job, everything like that. As well, the paint I forgot to tell you, it's really all our Aztec and Mayan signs. All of them, the jaguar, the Quetzalcoatl head, everything like that. I really want to do something artistic there, and it changed like that. So thank you very much for watching, and please stay posted for my next videos. If you have any question, please put it in the comments and let us know anything you might want to know. Thank you very much.